We've been taken into our cultural identities. But let us close our eyes and let us lift your left hand onto... No one's closing their eyes. I mean, please, come with me on this journey. Close your eyes. Put your left hand on your heart. Put your right hand on your stomach. What do you feel? Do you feel your heart thumping? Yes? Breathe deeply. And exhale. That indeed is the rhythmic cadence of your heartbeats. These are the echoes of resilience, the same life force that flowed through the veins of our ancestors. Your blood pumping through the veins that you are sitting here with today. You are a product of your ancestors. Their resilience, their ability to survive and thrive amidst challenges, as we've seen through the changes of nature and our land. Now consider the path that we are paving for our future generations. Will they look back with gratitude for the environment we've preserved? Will they feel the heartbeat of this island in their veins, pulsating with the same life force that courses through yours? Will they inherit actually an unbarren land, an uninhabitable land, stripped of its vitality? The choices we make today will echo through the ages. We aren't the first generation to experience climate change. We've seen that through the previous presentations. But we are the last ones who can do anything to change it. So I'm here today to discuss with you my personal journey, my personal observations that I've seen of seeing my nature change through climate. So thank you for going on this journey with me. Who am I? I am a proud young movement leader dedicated to preserving our island's natural heritage. I believe that I am working through the greatest crisis of my generation, and that is climate challenges or climate change. And as you've learned, that this crisis knows no borders, knows no race, knows no ethnicity. We are all disproportionately affected, and we've known this for a while now. But throughout my journey, I've worn many hats. I have been a student, an advocate, a speaker, and a consultant, yet at the core of my being, I am but a firm believer in achieving balance between profit, people, and this planet. So, this is my journey. I started through volunteerism, then I went into academia, as we all do, where I learned conceptual frameworks, global perspectives. I also learned about youth empowerment and innovation. And then I tapped into my profession, where I really learned about the local impacts of climate change, working at the NRPB. And I'm continuously growing my expertise, my strategy, and implementation of my skills and knowledge here today. So let me take you back to a time when I was a decade younger. I wasn't like an environmental activist or an advocate, like very, very from the core of my being. I actually just wanted to get community service hours because that's what we need to do here in school. I wanted to get the most community service hours, and I wanted to get the award for the most community service hours. And you know the easiest way to get community service hours is to go to a beach cleanup. And so I did. But one fine morning, I went to a beach cleanup on Sunday, and I woke my parents up at the crack of dawn. I was very grumpy. I didn't have anything to eat. And obviously my parents were quite irritable as well because they had to wake up at the crack of dawn to drop me to Mulla Bay Beach. then the International Coastal Cleanup, organized by the St. Martin Pride Foundation. So there I was, very grumpily, on the beach, putting garbage into this bag, flip-flops, dilapidated diapers, cigarette butts, single-use plastics. And I got very upset at this one moment. I said, why do we, us kids, why are we picking garbage up on this beach? Why are we doing this? I said, there must be bins somewhere in sight. People must know that they have to put this in the garbage bin. I looked to my left and I looked to my right, and I did not see any garbage bins nearby. And I angrily went to the organizers and I complained about this issue. They listened to me. They listened to what I had to say, and they empowered me. They said, are you angry about this issue? I said, yes, sir, I am. I don't want to have to continuously pick up garbage. And they said, okay. And at that time, it was Ruben Thompson and Jadira Vane, along with Jay Haviser. And we decided to amass other young people who were interested in this topic, and we went to Parliament. And boy, oh boy, I wish I had the courage of my 13-year-old self, because I stood there not knowing who I was speaking to. But I looked these parliamentarians in the eye and I said, I'm 13 years old, and I know that we cannot be littering like this. How old are you? And what are you doing? I can't believe I said that. But lo and behold, that really struck a chord with the then parliamentarians. And we got the budget to put 6 bins on Mullet Bay Beach, which are still there today. Hurricane-proof, let me tell you. And there, at the age of 13, I witnessed the power of change firsthand. The idea that if you decided to advocate for something, that you can see change. Because here I was putting them with the team that I had advocated with. And what I also learned was that through mentorship, through guidance, through the passing on of institutional knowledge and the empowerment of youth voices, we can really work to having change together. And these are my mentors. Tadzio, Jay, Ruben, Jadira, they really did, help me become who I am. And I have new mentors today. Francio and these researchers sitting here. Anyways, so I went on to pursue my studies at Northeastern University in Boston, and I really wanted to understand. I started hearing these topics. After learning about how you can change and create change, I wanted to expand my horizons to the world. I came from this tiny island in the Caribbean. I was so desperate to leave. So when I went to Boston, I learned about climate change, and then I heard about these topics that small island states, or SIDS, are vulnerable. They are disproportionately vulnerable. And I was like, what does that mean? Whoa, I'm from a small island developing state. Is St. Martin disproportionately vulnerable? What is that? And then I started to realize, and I started to take courses and do research. And through these classes, I learned that small islands are vulnerable because we are small in size. We are remote, completely surrounded by water. We have small, single-pillar economies. We are located in the hurricane belt, and we are mainly import dependent. But you can imagine for a young person, when climate change wasn't really a topic that was talked about 10 years ago, that when I went and set out to do my research, there was very little data on the Caribbean, little to none.
SXV insured? Do you have a valid medical insurance status? SXV is cardless. Request your My SXV account today and enter the virtual office of SXV. Go to sxv.sx and sign up now.
SXV, yeah. Your social health insurances.
Apologies to MP Roseberg that the plan going forward in terms of that interim facility, so to speak. We don't call it an interim facility anymore because, and I do believe that William made mention about the savings there, because we're not doing a separate facility, but there's actually, based on the layout, which we're trying to get on the screen, we want to be able to show how sections of that facility that will be the facility itself, a portion of it is going to be built. The inmates will be moved to that portion because there's a lot of land that is adjacent to the existing facility as it is now. And I wrote to the Ministry of Romy and sought approval for us to be able to have that now updated to the made brief of the land space that the current facility holds. So because of that extra land space, now we're able to kind of expand the facility. We're going to build that first unit. They're trying to get it on the screen so we could see it. And then we move the inmates over to that one, right? And then demolish the existing facility and continue to build the new facility. So there's no temporary, so to speak, but the expansion of the facility, this one is a part of it. Yeah? I hope that's clear. Chair Lady, just want to express to your person and through you as well to the members of Parliament for this very productive meeting, I believe. We look forward to the opportunity, as I did mention before, because this is a very important development for St. Martin. The facility needs to be demolished and a new one built, so the continuity is very important. So we look forward to the presentation. I do encourage if Parliament can provide members of Parliament with those documents and presentations we have presented in the past from the commencement of this journey, that would be helpful. But I just want to express my appreciation to UNOPS as well for being here with us and for all that they have been contributing thus far to this project, as well as to my support staff, Director Uishi, SG, Damie, Tiffany, and everyone who is a part of this project, whether they're here with us or not. Of course, to my staff, the staff at Harvey Bay, for holding on with us and giving the support that we need, and to the Justice Ministry entirely. Yes, thank you to everyone for all that they are doing. We really appreciate you, and we will continue to push forward to make the improvements that are necessary. Thank you, Madam Chair Lady.
Thank you.
SXV insured? Do you have a valid medical insurance status? SXV is cardless. Request your My SXV account today and enter the virtual office of SXV. Go to sxv.sx and sign up now.
SXV, yeah. Your social health insurances.
Is one of the areas tourism officials are reporting major success with. The tourism minister says their efforts are designed to encourage economic growth and position the island to better handle external shocks. But the plan is also to attract more long-stay visitors.
The combined services from American and Delta will increase seasonal capacity into Barbados by 65,000 seats from the United States for this coming winter season. United Airlines will offer a year-round service from both Newark, New Jersey and Washington Dulles through 2024, with opportunities for additional capacity under review. American Airlines will maintain the 3 daily flights from Miami and a daily service from Charlotte through September 2024. However, the intention is to commence daily services from New York, which gives obviously additional boosts from the northeastern corridor.
Improving the sector's performance during the summer period is also a priority. The tourism minister has been speaking about plans which include hosting major sporting events and conferences.
We are creating partnerships with schools through the summer for football, netball, and cricket training camps here in Barbados, for quarries and other meeting and incentives group opportunities. We are establishing strategic partnerships with UK and Irish media. We are promoting the destination as an eco-friendly accommodation. Of course, we will leverage World Cup in June to encourage the British travelers to experience the series and, of course, the finals on the island. And we will continue to grow our golf tournaments on island.
The efforts to boost airlift and arrivals has also been bearing fruit based on the business being done at the Grantley Adams International Airport. Chief Executive Officer Hadley Bourne says at present the facility has a capacity to handle at maximum 1,600 passengers an hour, but this number is usually surpassed by an additional 1,000 passengers during peak times. And he says it isn't only passengers that need to be accommodated, but the number of aircraft.
At any given time, we could have as many as 19 wide bodies on the ground within that 4 or 5 hour period. And any delays in any operational activity could cause the aircraft to actually have to hold for a parking position. And one of the things the minister has been challenging us is now in terms of looking to redevelop and expand our ramp area for additional aircraft. We are one of the few airports in the region that can facilitate Code F aircraft. And when I say Code F, the larger aircraft, the Airbus 380. But even with that additional capacity that we would have had in our airport runway rehabilitation and expansion in 2021, 2022, we've already outgrown that expansion.
Air traffic control, meanwhile, manages just over 120 flights per day during the busy winter season. This is according to Chief Air Traffic Control Officer Glyne Blanchett.
We spoke about having the aircraft on the ground, but we need to more or less assist these aircraft through the Barbados airspace to get them on the ground. So on any given day, yeah, we have congestion, and how we handle this traffic is basically the procedures that we utilize. The way we do things must change because we realize that going forward now, there's a growth in air traffic. So how we do things must change. We must look at reorganizing the Barbados airspace, and we must look at the other procedures. So as the Air Navigation Service Department, that is the first step. We have to now look at capacity.
And Barbuda has long been on the forefront of regional migration, earning itself the moniker the melting pot of the Caribbean. However, the Twin Island state says the move by CARICOM towards full free movement is a step too far, at least at this point.
We have concerned that if we were to allow the unrestricted flow of CARICOM nationals into the country, that it will imperil, among other things, our social services.
Ambassador Henry says the country could not be accused of being anti-regionalist, given its record of welcoming CARICOM nationals over time, but cannot take this additional step now. He says this would be counterintuitive.
Sending states do not want to provide any type of assistance to a place like Antigua and Barbuda. Remember, we do not have gold, silver, bauxite, oil. We do not have it.
Instead, the country wants to continue with the current regime, which gives certain categories of skilled nationals the opportunity to live and work. The aim is for this to address labor force demand in the local market and to advance the country's economic imperatives. For other CARICOM nationals, the current arrangements would continue, a 6-month stay once they meet the requirements. CARICOM heads are to meet again on March 15, where a decision will be made on the policy towards full free movement of CARICOM nationals.
We are optimistic that the heads would accept Antigua and Barbuda's requests and pleadings with respect to utilizing the skills regime, maintaining it in its current status. So we anticipate that those who are not going the route of full free movement will adopt and maintain the skills regime.
Antigua and Barbuda has indicated it will signal to the CARICOM Secretariat when it can allow for full free movement of community nationals, but this decision will be determined by domestic considerations, not by external dynamics.
Meanwhile, Ambassador Henry shed light on key discussions that took place during the recent 46th regular meeting of CARICOM heads of government in Guyana.
The climate change, climate financing, our upcoming UN conference, Prime Minister made a submission there. The free movement and the work of the IGTF, the CDF, a number of important issues. You had also regional transportation.
More than just a talk shop, the ambassador emphasizes that CARICOM heads of government are eager to address the region's pressing issues and propel the regional agenda forward.
It is clear that all heads are and were determined to move the agenda along, to respond to the challenges that confront us collectively.
As French-speaking CARICOM member Haiti grapples with worsening social and political unrest, the Honorable Prime Minister Gaston Brown has made it clear that Antigua and Barbuda will assist.
Prime Minister has indicated his willingness to participate, to have the country participate in the force that will be put together to bring some resolution to the turmoils in Haiti.
The ambassador also reiterates CARICOM's commitment to support the people of Haiti.
CARICOM is determined to arrest the challenges once and for all, because these challenges just keep on reoccurring in Haiti.